What's going on, y'all? You already know who it is. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I just wanted to hop on here because, I'm just now chilling back, and the first thing I see when I pick up my phone is that Diddy, the Ding Dong Ditcher, was into chakra busting, and I'm like, it's a little, you know, too late in the evening for some of this mess, but it had immediately brought me back to when I had kept pulling on the energies of certain men and how they do harvest your energy through your sacral chakra and your root chakra. Okay, so all of this is going to be connected. The stuff that we get ready to see come out is going to require a lot of us to really be grounded in our own personal energy, because even after dealing with my own personal experiences, which I think I'm going to get on tonight, I really don't have nothing to do early in the morning, so I'll probably get on, but I wanted to talk about the, how the sacral chakra is really harvested and abused within these certain covens or men's groups, or, with these incubus and succubus spirits, and how they are using basically sexual abuse to, have unlimited power in the spiritual realm. Okay, so this all goes back to it, and it made me think about when I was going to do that read on pornography and the Matrix, just because it all comes down to your own energy, how it's used, whether it's used to manifest a better life for you, or if it's used and abused within certain same-sex communities. And I was thinking about it because I'm like, this is what these men be into. A lot of them, are programmed and brought up to accept the terms and conditions of some of these spiritual contracts. This is why most of them do deal with some form of abuse, whether it's in a two-parent home or one-parent home. But men are also prone to sexual abuse. And what the enemy has done has used some of these sick, twisted bastards that are in these religious groups, these covens, also attached to these dark entities, these certain wicked ways of doing things. They have made a way to make almost like dark covenants or dark promises or contracts with these spirits, okay, by continuing the cycle of the abuse. And I was thinking about it because I had actually started watching. Now, if you like me, you have seen Tyler Perry go completely downhill. I think after that Mia Culpa or whatever that shit was, that movie, I was like, okay, we still continuing to push the agenda of the angry black woman, or, the some of the scenes in it was just dark. Like the sex scenes when they was down in the dungeon and shit. And back in the day, you'd be hearing about freak parties and all that. But it was like something real sinister and dark about that movie when they were showing them actually doing the scenes down in that little basement club or whatever, which made me go back to, like, this is what happens in some of these different parties, i.e. the diddler. But I was thinking about it because I was watching the new show, that Beauty in Black or whatever, and I'm like, I have not seen as much buck breaking as I have within these movies that Tyler Perry has been pushing out. And it just all comes down to, at first I'm like, okay, we go from, praise and prayer to pimping and pipe slaying. Like, when did all this happen? Like, it happened quickly, but it was like going on in the background. Because first of all, he's a man in a dress. We know how certain men do get off on cosplaying women. or, while disrespecting them, manipulating them, and doing other things to harvest their divine feminine energy. So I'm like, okay, what is going on? So I started watching the show just to, have an open mind, and I was immediately like, this is damn near like the sophisticated version of P-Valley or something like that. And you wouldn't think that somebody that was into, doing plays in church or, singing hymns and prayers and shit that quickly go into Peter Piper peck the Peters and, everybody's proud. So I'm like, all of this is just still, connected to these men's groups that for years have been doing this. And not only are they doing it to like have that energy. This is why some of us have tapped in a while ago and was talking about the Kundalini energy, where it's almost like it is along the same lines where they feel like they activate it. But when I heard chakra busting, I'm like, it's a difference. And I just continue to just thank God, because some of these situations, they so out of hand. And when you put everything to spiritual context, you just start to see how sick and sinister and wicked certain shit is. This is like an all over the place message, but I wanted to get all of this out before I get to read. But I had also seen something was like Prophet Elijah Muhammad was speaking on how fathers shouldn't be left alone with their daughters or certain things like this. And then, when you think about it, you do have these certain spirits that are attached to men and women. And these spirits have like took place within certain families for the longest time. You got Uncle Leroy that is complimenting his niece and how she's getting big, or you may have somebody within the family that's complimenting a family member, like, oh, you starting to spread, or their skirts covering up them thick ass thighs. Just weird things that have been going on for the longest. But when I heard chakra busting, it was almost like triggering, because is this why some men just are like extremely aggressive when it comes to sexual intercourse or, being with a woman? Because it's almost like they have to have that certain power. They feel like they are, um, not necessarily powerless, but it's almost the feeling of them feeling inferior. And the only way that they can feel some type of power is to cause some type of pain or chaos or havoc. And when I heard once again, chakra busters, I'm like, we all know, now people are becoming more aware about how important it is to have your chakras aligned, because these are things that are activated within our body that helps each, each part of our life that these chakras are actually connected to. For instance, the sacral chakra is connected to your creativity, or the chakra, the sacral chakra and the root chakra, something that has been abused for the longest time. And I'm like, is that what they say, from the rooter to the tutor, like from the root? But I'm like, I don't know. I mean, it's messages all over the place, but I was just sitting there thinking, because I'm like, is this really what we have come to? Because when I was watching his show, this is not even a show that I would like recommend, but some of the characters in the story to me actually symbolizes certain, dark spirits, because one of the men that was actually in the show, not to like do like the spoiler alert or nothing, but one of the men, he was involved, he did drugs heavy. I mean, he was probably tooting more than some of our parents from back in the 70s, but he was clearing lines of coke and shit. And then he was just, real aggressive to this female, telling her she ain't slutty enough, for just the way that he was acting. And I just started thinking about it, because I'm like, these men, especially the ones that are in certain positions that know, how this shit goes. Because women naturally have the ability, you know, I'm just gonna say colored women, but certain women have the ability to, you know, manifest things within their life freely without um, the use of manipulating other people's energy. Um, if someone is aligned within themselves, they can have what it is that they want and what they need. This is why a lot of us have been abused in certain ways that we may not have thought we would survive, because they need that energy to be able to fill up whatever it is that they into. But I was like, this dude's so sick. And I promise y'all, when I clicked on that and I seen it was like the first thing about the, chakras busting, just imagine how many young, talented artists that actually came up under him. Not just him, because you need to stop trying to just throw him in the news like he's the only one when this has gone on for so long. Not just with young men, but also young women, but with, different little talented artists that came up under him. And, he felt untouched by, abusing them that way. And this too ties in a lot of it to, what goes on in certain jails or penitentiaries. Because I'm like, all of this stuff is connected. As far as like the sexual abuse and just the different abuse of my sacral chakra that I've experienced, and still being able to talk about it and be all right, like the things that I've experienced, I know that it's tied to the wickedness of, some dark shit, like to the point where it's almost like uh having you under control with the use of your sexual parts. And I'm like, all of this is really coming out, and some of you are going to even find out maybe things that you've experienced that maybe you didn't remember, or maybe you healing from. And it's a lot, y'all. And I was just laying here like, this can't be life. This can't be us. Like, it's gotta be more. Like, wait, but that's the thing, because it's to the point where now, like, you'll even, wake up out of your dreams after you done seen someone within your sleep. Because a lot of us had to deal with, you know, the celebrity spiritually stalking and spying and shit. And you like, why are certain people in a dream state? Or you have, certain exes or lovers of different people you connected with. And you be like, why is this person playing in my dream state? And I tell you, this is what I experienced, because it was literally a spiritual gangbang. If you are not with the person that you're supposed to be with, and that person allows doors open to others in the spiritual realm, meaning that, you just casually hooking up, or you may be with somebody that is meant to be a karmic lesson, that could be a narcissist, or somebody that is, very wicked. They allow them doors to be open to others, whether you sleep, whether you just the things that are allowed to happen for someone to be spiritually assaulted, or, gangbanged in the spiritual realm is real. This is how some of these people are literally able to go and create things for their life, because they are abusing your energy. And I had to talk about it, and then, I had to think about Tyler Perry and how dark and shit that he's getting. And then we seeing, I talked about TD years ago on this channel, because, some of us have really looked up to some people that just never were who we thought they were. And it's to the point now, because, we've all, some of us been through enough, a lot. And it's like, now you could just now be starting your journey, or now you having to like really get what we are up against in the spiritual realm. We wasn't passing out cookies and baking fresh biscuits for our enemies. This is a time where a lot of us are being called to just cut the head off, cut the tail off, fry it shit up, put some rice with it, add some vegetables, if that's what you want to do at this point, because there's going to be even more stuff being revealed. And even talking about it, my voice is shaking because I don't think people understand how big it is, how wicked it is. Even when you think about what people can do with your children in the spiritual realm, or, your unborns, and just, y'all, it's just a lot. Like, it's a lot that's coming out. I'm grateful to still be here right now. I'm not really worried about tomorrow, next week, or the week after that, or what's to come in the future. I feel like, within myself, I've swung as many times as I possibly could, and I'm gonna keep swinging till I'm out of here. I've always said it, but I really don't think people are prepared for how big and sick and wicked the things are that we are dealing with. And I think this is also too why certain people choose, not to wake up to it, or they choose not to heal, because, it takes a lot to be able to first go through your own shit, figure your own shit out. This is why some people have a lot of time to point fingers or worry about what somebody else is doing, because they don't want to go through that shadow work, and wake up to what they could have been a part of, whether it was actual abuse or MK Ultra, or if it was fucking witchcraft, or if it was different rituals or things that was going on, if he was actually being offered up, or I don't know, y'all. It's just what it is at this time. Like, people gonna start to see, like, we really been battling, and we've been kept at the same time. I can't even count how many times I done been poisoned, how many times I done been, giving shit different drugs, and I'm swallowing it, and I'm doing the absolute most, trying to find my soul in a place that I feel like will never be my home. Like, it's just like, I've literally experienced, like, damn, I hope this is the pill. I hope this is the one that is going to lay me down. I literally have felt, damn, is this the drink? Would this be the one? Oh, oh, oh. Or laying next to somebody, like, can I really keep my eyes closed, or should I sleep with one eye open? Am I going to wake up to my in heaven or hell, or running around in the spiritual realm because somebody done knocked me out while I'm asleep? Is this the last chicken wing? Like, I have literally, it has been times where I've been like, I hope this is it. God damn it, get it done. Just because I know I do not want to be a part of such trife. And all because, you get to doing the work, working on yourself and being better. There's going to be some that just feel like they could just come towards you and do the most. And then you have the ones that they want to prove you wrong. You have the ones that's like, oh, well, I did this with her. Or you got the ones, they take the worst pictures. It's like, I can't get with nobody that'll wait until you are going through the worst times in life and they want to take a picture of you. I realized, a few enemies that way, because I'm like, damn, bitch, you at least wait till I'm, halfway together, decent or something. You wait till a bitch is crying. You wait till a bitch is overweight, depressed, looking like Shrek in the face, just falling out, getting ready to die and give up, broke, busted down, disgusted. You don't ever catch them good times when I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you got somebody around you for real that really do that, this is one of the ways you could tell if somebody's for you or not. Like, because it's not funny when you want to capture somebody in some of the most hurtful times. But like I tell y'all, it's some people that'll do it because they want to watch it over and over and over again. It fuels them up to see somebody in pain or depressed or sad or see you struggling when they know they spending your money. These motherfuckers know they spending your money, know that you supposed to have more than you do, know what they did, whether they lied on you, did something, backstab, slept with somebody. It don't fucking matter. None of this shit matters, man. None of it matters because when it come down to it and all the wickedness is revealed, it's going to be people that want to fucking jump off ledges, bridges, run their car into walls, drink bleach and shit, like weird shit that you wouldn't even think that be going on. There's some people that are gonna literally not want to be here, especially when they wake up to some of the stuff that they help do. When you help someone torture someone else, when you help change the course of someone else's life, when you help offer up a fucking family member or say, hey, you can go and take this one. These bitches are sacrificing their kids. They don't even care. They don't see that the sacrifice is giving up something that they fucking doing. They like, nah. Crazy as shit. I just gotta have some money in my bank account. Bitch, what? What's gonna happen when the banks is, when that shit's no more? They gonna be literally setting that shit on fire in the middle of the streets to stay warm. Did you hear what I said? Lighting it on fire in the middle of the streets to stay warm. You know how many times I done begged, please don't let me be her when the shit that I've seen pop off. I was having these dreams and stuff in middle school. They had to keep beating me to sleep. I had to keep going, go back to sleep, go back to sleep, go back to sleep, go back to sleep. Her, fuck this nigga, fuck this nigga. Her, come get this one. Her, put this one on her. I had to keep going through the same shit, different demon. Just because they knew as soon as I got it all together. People be so worried about money, they have no idea how abundance in knowledge and wisdom and strength and love and courage. This shit's getting ready to get, man, this shit out. Where the bonbons? Better get in battery saver mode because a lot of people gonna need their own personal energy and power. If you still around somebody that's sucking you fucking dry, that nigga is a op. He is my enemy. I don't want to be. Please don't pick me. Please don't pick me. Don't like me. Don't nothing. I don't want any of this. I don't want any of it, y'all. Like, will you know how deep and far and wide and filthy and dark and sick? No. Forget spoiled milk. This shit here, buddy. No. I don't want to lay next to somebody I got to worry about this motherfucking ex-murderer or Peter the Poisoner. I still never understand people putting shit in people's food, though. This is what's crazy. You putting stuff in people's food is to me like you going all in, buddy. Don't love spell me, bitch. There ain't enough love in the world. Please don't. Do not. At this point, the only love, hey. Y'all, I done started rambling, but I'm telling y'all this shit, everybody's eyes gonna be wide open. They're gonna be wide open. That's why I was supposed to get with this shit. Supposed to be trafficking. Bitch, I wasn't selling drugs. I was doing them. Like what? Like people be on some old bullshit. Like they were trying to do the most. Nigga, don't if you're a prostitute, don't you ain't you supposed to get paid? That's crazy. I mean, I'm telling you, they'll call you everything but your name. Everything but your name. And it's crazy. Just laying here, just thinking about it. Hey, I'm telling you. What is that? Back, no trade backs, don't double back. Four flats on a Cadillac. The Cadillac is on the ground. We are scraping rims at this point. There is nothing that anybody can say or do once you realize, recognize, and accept the foolery and fuckery and who was featured in some of this shit that could have been around in your life. Just to keep you limited. I done literally been up, down, 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 up, down. Goddamn. I'm not going nowhere. How many times does it have to be proven or shown? I don't care what the Covens, Masons, all this shit, bro. Y'all done did extremely too much. May all the wicked continue to fall, y'all. But yeah, if y'all want to check that show out, that's on y'all. I wouldn't advise it, especially if you just starting on. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do spiritual cleaning and health, because Tyler Perry, you ought to be ashamed of you. No, you shouldn't. I'm glad. At least you living in your truth. See, it's the difference when you trying to hide everything and doing everything in the back of somebody. And because some of these dudes, that's just what they do. They gonna hide it. They gonna go bang you, then bang their homeboy, then bang his homeboy, then they banging everybody, and then everybody banging everybody, then they going and doing this whole weird ass ritual shit, and they gotta offer somebody. Yeah, y'all gotta pay up with yourself. Y'all own children, y'all own everything. Y'all got to do that yourself. We no longer want to be a part of y'all sins, y'all father's sins. Everybody's daddy's on some bullshit. Like, what the fuck? I can't wait till it just be. Can't wait. The stuff that we gonna see is just, people scared of the truth. But some of us know what we've experienced. They can't call us crazy no more. They called plenty of us, and plenty before us, whatever they could. They held on to certain information for as long as they could. But this next wake up, gotta be prepared for it. I'm out, y'all. I might come back with a message. Might not. Who knows? Slow roll it.